Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today we've got news about Pokemon TCG products. We've got new products that have gone and been revealed, and we have a rather large update on an older product, so maybe we should get rolling. What we've got today is a new set of Pokeball Tins. These have gone and been revealed. Well, weirdly enough, on the Asmodee website. They are the distributor for Pokemon cards in the UK, and I think a bunch of Europe as well. And they've just been like, hey, have you seen the new Pokeball Tins? Well, we hadn't, Asmodee, but we have now, because you shared them, so thank you very much. And I will say, especially with other card games I cover, Asmodee are very nice to me. A lot of nice people working there. Big fan of Asmodee. So, what do we got here? Well, we got the usual kind of thing with a bunch of tins, and they are retailing for £15, that is $14.99. Whatever they usually are in your territory is what they should be are here, and that's not a good phrase. And we've got the 5th of December as a release date, which, honestly, that's not a great release date in the West. It's too close to Christmas. But this is not exactly a tentpole product. It's not one that I think is going to cause massive issues in terms of scalping and people rushing and things of that nature. So I think for products like this, even though it is definitely too close to Christmas, it also feels like one of those where Asmodee can turn around and go, well, you know what? I think it's going to be okay. Now, also worth pointing out, and the eagle-eyed among you may have already spotted this, one of these tins is new. Ironically, it's the one that's a repeat. It's repeatable. And yeah, there's a certain irony in the only new one here being repeatable. That makes me very happy. And it's one of those things, right? You can see you got other ones there. You got Great Ball and Premier Ball on there. And then you got Ultra Ball and Pokeball. All the usual ones. And they usually add one kind of fun one. And here we go. Nice and simple. It is repeatable. It's kind of cool. And look, if you're looking at this going, why do I care that the tins we've had for a while are back, but this time it's repeatable? I don't get it. I don't see why I should care. Well, there's your answer. If you're looking at this going, I don't care about repeatable, then this is not the product for you, frankly. But if you're looking at this going, hey, I kind of like these tins and I've not had repeatable yet, well, that's kind of awesome. They've had a lot of different tins and Pokeballs represented in the past. I know there are a bunch of people out there keeping a collection, and for those people, they're going to look at this and go, hey, it's repeatable. This is kind of awesome. Those are the kind of people that are going to love this, like when Moonball came around for the first time and people were very, very happy about that, for instance. Or the first time we saw Quick Ball, my personal favourite of the Pokeball, or Lure Ball, or anything along those lines, yeah? We see this all the time. They bring in these fancy Pokeballs. Everyone gets a little bit happy. Now, the other thing that we know about today that we didn't know about before, we have the actual set list for the Team Rocket's Mewtwo League Battle Deck. Yeah. Oh, also I should mention we've got to look at the accessories. Accessories, I mean, look, you can see the dice there. And then we've got the deck box, which is, of course, a cardboard deck box, so not terribly exciting. And then we've got your poison and burn counters, which are the same as they always are. But you can see the dice there are incredibly cool. And then you've got the pink flipping dice. So if you're into that, that's lovely. Cool. But the other thing we've got here is a good look at the deck list for the deck, so we can now see what's going on. Of course, we knew from the front of the box previously that Team Rocket's Mewtwo was coming in with 3 copies. That was made clear. And we knew that there were 2 copies of Team Rocket's Crobat EX, because again, it was written right there on the, or shown right there on the front of the box. And we also knew that the A-Spec of choice was going to be Scramble Switch, even though these Team Rocket's Mewtwo decks generally play Secret Box. We talked about that the other day. We don't need to go into that. Similarly, we talked about the fact the other day that this is not a top deck in the format. Whereas the previous ones we had, ones like the Dragapult League Battle Deck, for instance, they were like top deck in the format, or, there or thereabouts. And so you looked at them getting League Battle decks and you went, oh, okay, that's cool. Yes, this is a little bit surprising. Yes, it is a little bit weird that this one gets a League Battle deck. But again, this is a conversation we had the other day, so I don't think we need to spend too much time going through it now, do we? No, we don't. We can move on with our lives. So what do we get here? Well, I told you before we needed Team Rocket Spidops for this deck to work. And that's what we've got. We have ourselves a free line of Team Rocket Spidops. And we have to have Team Rocket Spidops because that's how the deck runs. Team Rocket Spidops attaches an energy from the discard pile to itself. And Team Rocket's Mewtwo discards energy from any of your bench Pokemon to do extra damage. So you very much need Team Rocket Spidops. That is in here. That is, absolutely sound. Erasure Ball does 160 and you can discard up to 2 energy from your bench. Does 60 more for each card you discarded in this way. So, yes, you absolutely did need this. The other thing, of course, is we knew Scramble Switch was in the deck. That is our A-spec of choice. So it is a little bit awkward here, but if you can get Spidops for the energy using its ability and then get it into the active, you can then switch it with a Mewtwo and then move all the energy from Spidops to the new active Pokemon Mewtwo. Remember, you do have to get the Spidops in the active to Scramble Switch and get the energy, but it's not the hardest thing in the world, and it will get a bunch of energy. Of course, we also have Energy Switch coming in the deck. There are 2 copies of it, and this is another one that we kind of had to have, because Mewtwo is a free energy attacker. Now, I don't think I'm going to be spoiling any surprises, but let me say it anyway. Obviously, we got Team Rocket's energy in this deck. We got 4 copies of Team Rocket's energy. That is 2 Psychic/Darkness energy onto a Team Rocket's Pokemon. Once again, we had to have this. Otherwise, the deck just doesn't function. But that's only 2 out of the 3 energy, so having a couple of energy switch so you can essentially energy switch off of a Spidops after attaching a Team Rocket's energy, and there's free energy. And I'll tell you this straight off the bat. The fact that we got Spidops and Team Rocket's energy, and then the energy switch I mentioned as well, this is, if you're going to be making Team Rocket's Mewtwo, if you're going to be trying to make this as a deck, this is a list which is going to work. Because there's only 2 other Pokemon I haven't mentioned yet, and that is 1 copy of Team Rocket's Articuno and 1 copy of Team Rocket's Mimikyu. And if you're playing this deck, you are going to play 1 copy of Team Rocket's Articuno, and you are going to play 1 copy of Team Rocket's Mimikyu. Those are cards which are definitely going to be in the deck. Team Rocket's Articuno prevents all effective attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon to your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon, i.e. your Mewtwo stops effective attacks. Yes. And then Team Rocket's Mimikyu for 2 energy, or, it's a psychic and a colorless, so 1 Team Rocket's energy, copies your opponent's active Terra Pokemon's attack. So make no mistake about it, this is, Pokemon-wise, sure, the Crobat line is a little bit weird, but if nothing else, it is an excuse to give us a couple more EXs in the deck. But it's got a free Spidops line, it's got the Articuno, it's got the Mimikyu. This is as you would expect it. And then similarly, if we have a look at the trainer line, there is a lot here that we would expect. It's basically just full of Team Rocket's trainer cards. As a side note here, because of that, if you ever want to make a Team Rocket's deck, or you think you will ever want to make a Team Rocket's deck, this is a great deck to pick up to get yourself a bunch of Team Rocket cards. We've got 3 copies of Team Rocket's Factory. That's the one whereby if you have played a Team Rocket supporter in the turn, just draw 2 cards. It's not when you play the supporter, it's at any time during the turn in which you have. But then we've got 4 copies of Team Rocket's Transceiver. That is, of course, the item card that will go and get your Team Rocket supporter cards. Goes and get it from the deck. It's kind of awesome. And then we've got 4 copies of Team Rocket's Ariana, which is the draw till you got 5 in your hand. But if all your Pokemon are Team Rocket, and they will be because that's all we've got here, you draw until you've got 8. And then we got 4 copies of Team Rocket's Proton. That is the one that lets you go and search for free basic Pokemon if they're Team Rockets. Put them in your hand and, oh yeah, you can use it on your first turn going first. We've then got a couple copies, just 2, of Team Rocket's Archer. That's the one that makes both you and your opponent shuffle, and you get 5 and they get 3. And then we got ourselves a couple copies of Team Rocket's Giovanni, which is the one that switches your opponent's bench with one of their active with one of their bench, and then you switch. Basically, it's a gusting with switching. It's awesome. And then for good measure, 1 copy of Team Rocket's Patrell, only the one, but that is the one that goes and searches a trainer card. So look, the deck list for this deck as a whole is sound. I still think that this is a weirder choice to have for a League Battle deck. We've talked about that. But the fact of the matter is, you've got your free Mewtwo, you've got your free Spidops line, you've got your 2/2/2 Crobat line, you've got the techs we expect, and you've got the trainers we expect, and this is a strong deck for what it is. If you want to build Team Rockets anything, this is going to give you a bunch of staples to do so. If you want to build Team Rocket's Mewtwo, this is a ridiculous product, which gives you everything you're going to need. But I said, if you want to build Team Rocket's Mewtwo, there is still obviously a very good chance that, to be blunt, you don't want to build Team Rocket's Mewtwo. And if that's the case, well, this isn't going to be for you then, is it? But I've told you what you need to know, and I've told you about the new Pokeball Tins, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @LeWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Ashley Munns, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout-out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.